So I just put a blanket, you can put a towel underneath your feet. For this different chair, it's a little bit different size than my other chair. So that's what feels good to me, to get my heels down on the ground. So just really make sure you can get your feet on the ground. I like to remove the flesh from underneath me to have my sit bones really firmly rooted. So you can almost feel your sit bones if you kind of wiggle from side to side. And just let yourself kind of arrive before we come to stillness. So just looking away from the screen, just taking a moment to check in with your body. You might already have those like fleeting, oh yes, it's my shoulders or my ankle or my knee, or just what's something that's been going on for a while or something that's new for this week. So just kind of check in with your body, and then we'll come to stillness, closing your eyes or looking softly down at the ground or with an unfocused gaze. Ringing the bell 3 times to bring us into this moment and into your practice today. Body has weight. Body is supported by the earth. Letting yourself really fully arrive to this moment with a deep breath. Exhale out through your mouth if that's available. Maybe making some sound. Let's do that 2 more times. Some sound. Inhale. And exhale. Open the jaw a little bit. 1 more time. And exhale. Notice the sounds in the room, the sounds outside the room, the vibration, the temperature. Acknowledging that all of those things are a part of this moment, this time together, this hour together. Just acknowledging the presence of that. And then starting to focus a little more inward. Not changing your breath, just noticing how deeply you're able to breathe in this moment. From your chest, your belly, your low belly. How calm or relaxed is your face? Is your nostril, each nostril clear? Are there any tastes in your mouth from something you ate or drank earlier? Swallowing any spit in your mouth, letting that be some nourishment that you need. And just straightening your seat just a little bit more, straightening your spine, ears over shoulders, shoulders over hips, and just see what that adjustment, that internal adjustment does. Ears over shoulders, shoulders over hips. Just noticing your breath once again. Bringing the energy down away from the brain, down below your neck. There's all these different parts of our body to feel into. Thoughts may come up, and just allowing them to come up and then coming back to that sensation, back to that noticing of that feeling, that somatic energy, somatic awareness, our relationship to our body, the stories our body has. Just feel that breath even an inch outside your body. So outside your skin, outside your hand, just an inch. And just feel how that might make a little more space to breathe by just imagining the breath a little bit expansive outside the body. And then as you exhale, just feel your feet on the ground. Just want us to do this for one moment. So as you inhale, just feel into expansiveness. Might even feel it in your chest, your shoulders, your hands. And then as you exhale, I want you to really focus on the feet being rooted down to the ground. Relaxed tongue, relaxed eyes. Breathing into this unique body that is you. Making that breath a little bit deeper. A little bit deeper inhale and just a deeper exhale. Still with that sense of expanding, lifting, feeling into the chest, belly, arms moving, and then releasing. To your feet. And on your next inhale, bringing your hands together in front of your heart, rubbing your hands together, still with your eyes closed if it's available. What is it that you need today? Just let your hands tell you, your body tell you. What's one word, one mantra, one sentence that would really feel nourishing to you? It could just be calm, right? Peace, something really simple. Left hand comes to the heart, right hand over the left, bowing to your heart. With great respect and love, I honor my heart, my inner teacher. Acknowledging that you have your greatest wisdom to bring that to the table. Bring that greatest wisdom here. Listen to it. Inhale. And exhale, release the hands down, opening your eyes. Inhale, reach the arms up, looking up. Exhale, bowing to your heart, bowing to your hands. Let the arms relax, hands relax down, looking down. Inhale, looking up. Arms come up. Creating this bubble, this creation, this love, this moment to honor the body. Let the hands come down, looking down, and then we look up. So our hands come up. Just a couple more times at your pace. You don't have to go the pace that I'm doing. And as we're doing this, I want you to just check in with your shoulders and your neck. Just a gentle looking up and looking down. Bringing an intention to our practice. Nice, everybody. And then leave your hands together in front of your heart, bowing to your heart. Push into those hands. Push into the palms of the hands. Just feel the strength of your arms here. And then release the elbows down. So you're just kind of pushing into the hands and then releasing just a couple times here. I don't know about you, but my hands got really warm as I did this. So my hands are really, really warm now. Just bringing that energy and that chi to where your body needs it. And then release the hands, interlace the fingers, reach them out in front of you. About shoulder height here. And then push the shoulders back. So I'm reaching the shoulders back. So there's this little like forward and back motion. I want to reach the shoulders back and then reach the forearms, reach the wrists towards the screen. And so I'm pushing the shoulders back and then I'm reaching the wrists forward, just back and forth a couple times here. Nice. And then staying here, you might relax your arms down depending on what's going on. You could just stay here, up and down, option one, okay? Option two, bringing the arms all the way up, taking a nice inhale, and then exhale, hands come to the top of the head, and then you might bring the elbows back, feel the chest lifting up, arch the back just a bit. You can always bring the arms down, and we're gonna be here for 3 breaths. Really feeling the chest lifting up, elbows come back, eyes looking up. One more breath. And inhale, bring the arms up if they're raised, and then release the hands down. Shake it out a little bit, shake it out. Check in with your ankles at the same time. So we're checking in with the wrists. This is my own little dance. So you do your own little dance, right? Whatever feels good. So just kind of check in with your ankles, check in with your wrists, right? Noticing anything that's going on for you today. And then let's come into some cat-cow. So again, squeeze the shoulders back. So option 1, feel the chest lifting up, squeeze the shoulders back, exhale, roll the shoulders forward, chin to chest. So option 1, staying right here. Option 2, bringing the arms into it, maybe into our wing motion. So you decide which version works for you. I want you to really focus on the shoulders and the chest here. The low and mid back are neutral, okay? So we're not arching the back. We're not trying to go too far here. We're just really checking in with the shoulders, opening, inhale, looking up, exhale, chin comes down to the chest, hands come together. Yeah. Just a couple more times here, just checking in with the body, checking in with the shoulders. And then next time your arms come back, just pause here for a moment. You can always bring them lower, right? But I want you to feel the chest pushing forward and then shoulders dropping. So up to you on how high those arms go. 2 more breaths. Feet grounded. Feel your feet, heels pushing into the earth here. Let your legs be engaged. And then we're going to inhale, reach the arms up. And exhale, hands come down to the thighs, and we're going to fold forward. So I'm going to bring my feet a little wider. I like that basically because my belly kind of gets in the way with that fold. So pausing here. Most of you, everyone on this call particularly, has been to my class before. So pausing in this fold here, staying here, or hands come down to your feet and relax the head. So you decide, looking down, what parts of my body are touching the props, the chair, the carpet, and what parts of my body are in the space in the room. What's my breath doing here in this position? If you're in that fuller fold, nodding, slowly yes, and then slowly no. One more breath here in this fold. If you're in that deeper fold, hands come to the thighs, and then push yourself up. Nice. Shake it out again if you want to stand. I like to stand to shake it out. Just kind of notice what your body wants. A little quick dance to just check in. You could stay seated, right? You don't have to stand. I just kind of, I'm a little tight with this. I did a crazy dance class, and so my legs are just a little tight today. So I'm just kind of checking in with that as I'm sitting. All right, let's bring those feet a little wider. And we're gonna find length in the spine. Forearm comes down to the thigh. Option 1, hand to the armpit or the chest. Option 2, arm comes up. Option 3, palm face down. And then we're going to come back to center, and then we're going to do that same side several times. So your pace here. I want you to really root that opposite butt cheek down, right? So I'm going to mirror you so that right hand is coming up and that right butt cheek is rooting down to find a little more extra length on that lateral side bend. Just breathing and noticing what this side wants, right? Close your eyes if it's available, just to really feel into that, right? What does this side want? And then we're gonna pause. And let's all start with our hand on our shoulder. I'm gonna do something new here. So we're gonna root that right butt cheek down, and we're just gonna do some shoulder rolls here, so circular motion. So you can also use a block if you have one near your feet if you wanna bring that hand a little lower, okay? So it's up to you. You can leave that forearm down or hand to the block. And then you might stay here, or you might bring the full motion into that arm. Really listen to what your body's saying here. I want you to look forward or up, okay? So your neck is neutral. You're not following the hand necessarily. I want you to really have the focus on the shoulder here and what it wants. What's the range of motion? right? ROM, range of motion. What is it on this side? And then we're gonna find a place to pause. So again, hand can come back to the shoulder, palm face down, looking forward or up. 3 breaths. Calm face, calm jaw, calm face. I already said calm face, I meant eyes. Soft eyes, soft gaze, kindness to yourself for showing up. And coming back to center. Yeah, nice. Let's bring both arms up so you can come into the W, the cactus, or bring the arms up like a Y. Ground the feet. I want you to feel your heels here. Okay, sit bones rooted, heels rooted, and then we're gonna look up. 3 breaths here. Feel your whole body working here, even your core. Even cough a little bit to engage that core just a tiny bit more. I don't want the shoulders up to the ears. I want the shoulders down, arms out by your side. Nice. 1 more breath. And then bring the arms down and we'll do the other side. So again, you can bring that block over if you have one. You can bring the forearm down. So hand comes to the shoulder, to the armpit, coming back and down. So you decide what this side wants. Listening. Let your body guide you. Please don't just do my motion, right? My flow. I want you to do your flow. Nice, everybody. And again, you can try it. You can even bring your hand down to the ground if it reaches, even without a block, just to see what that feels like. Like rooting that opposite butt cheek down. Nice, coming back. Every time we come back, we're that cord, the lengthening, and then we're gonna pause. Same thing on the other side. So first we're gonna start with the shoulder, a little range of motion. So one direction. We didn't do both directions, I just realized. That's okay. Say one direction today. And then we might bring our arm into it. And again, see what this range of motion is. Let your neck just relax because we're getting into the neck muscles here, right? Even though it's around the shoulder, so the levator scapula, there's a lot of different muscles here that we're actually moving around the neck. So we do want to neutralize and not bring too much movement into the neck so we can kind of open the shoulder, which in turn will help with the neck here. So one more. And then we might pause for a couple of breaths. If it's available, palm face down. Top shoulder comes back, looking forward or up, couple breaths. Feet engaged to the earth, heels engaged. One more breath. And coming back to center. Nice. Again, W, cactus or arms out, 3 breaths. Feel into your expansive, strong body. You are strong. Feel into your strength, even if you don't necessarily believe it. If I said that and you're like, I'm not strong, if that was like your instinct, I want you to just imagine that you're strong. And then hands come down, let's come into another fold. So again, forearms come down, flat, parallel back, right? Or you're coming all the way, rounding the back and coming down. And you might even grab onto your ankles, into your feet here, and bringing your forehead a little bit further towards the back. Your forehead towards the chair. One more breath. And one hand comes to the thigh, other hand comes to the thigh, pushing yourself up. And let's just look at one of your legs. So I'm going to say, mirror you still to the left thigh. I just want you to give it a little love. Some natural weight. So your natural weight. Look and just appreciate this leg. Thank you, leg. Thank you for working and doing your best. And then we'll brush. And again, you can brush all the way down your whole leg. I'm just going to brush off my thigh because my thigh needs a little extra love today. So I'm just going to do 3 brushes here. One more. Nice. Shake it out a little bit. Shake it out before we do the other side. And natural weight, natural weight. So using your natural weight, just placing your hands where they're comfortable, and then natural weight. Yes. Thinking this leg, thank you leg. I super appreciate you working with the other leg so well. Really helps me a lot. It's true. And then 3 brushes. Exhale. When you kind of exhale, it feels good. With some noise, blubbering the lips. One more. Awesome. Let's just do some heart circles. So we're going to bring our hands to the tops of your knees. So really pretty much your thigh here. And we're just going to let the elbows, I want the hands to guide this. I want the arms, the support of the arms to really guide this movement. So you're really engaging the hands as you come up. And then you're really sinking down on the exhale. And then you might even bring a little cat-cow motion of just like dropping one shoulder at a time and then squeezing the shoulders back as you come up to seated and then rounding a little bit more on the back. It helps to close your eyes here. So just closing your eyes and just see what really works for you, because it could be a little smaller movement today. Next time you exhale forward, switching directions. And you can also look around your room as you do this. Looking around. And then coming back to center and just pausing for a moment and just feeling into your intention. You can bring your feet a little closer together if that feels comfortable, or leave them wide. Feeling your feet on the ground, notice your body breathing. Sometimes the movement helps us get in touch with the breath, and sometimes it helps we still get lost in our thoughts, right? So coming back to this moment just to feel that even as we're still, our body is moving. We're still breathing, our blood is still pumping in and out of our heart. Our nervous system is working to help move our limbs. Nice. And then it's time, I think, for a fold. So a downward dog with the chair, or you can just come back to the fold that we've been doing. So if it's available, I'd like for you to stand up, and we'll do the bottom part of the chair today, okay? So I'm going to stand right in front of my chair. Hands come to the tip of the chair, and then I'm going to walk away from the chair, and then I'm going to reach the hips back. You're welcome to come down onto your forearms here. The most important thing, heels planted, knees aren't locked, reach the hips back, and then you're feeling a nice extension on your spine here, hopefully, right? So your spine is not having to work, it's stretching, right? The low back is not having to work. And this is technically an inversion because the heart is above the head, most likely, right, in this pose. Just taking 2 more breaths, maybe even bending one knee at a time really slowly. And then slowly walk towards the chair. Hands are still on the chair. And just notice this is about a half lift. So my spine is parallel to the floor. Okay, so we often do these half lifts of the spine when we're in mat yoga. So this is a good opportunity to actually use the camera since we're all at home, and you can probably see yourself on the camera here. So this is just a nice opportunity to feel into that. And then bend the knees, arms wide, inhale, reach the arms up, come into standing just for a moment. Inhale, reach the hips up. Hips forward, engage the glutes and hands to the heart. Oh, my words today. It's kind of funny. All right, let's try that with the top of the chair. So we're gonna do the same thing with the top of the chair, and then you're gonna walk back, reach the hips back, and then your head is relaxed here. Heels are planted, and then I'm gonna bend one knee. So my right knee's bent, left heel engages a little bit more, and I'm reaching the hips back. Then the left knee bends. It's a little extra hamstring stretch. And then we're gonna bend the knees, walk towards the chair, coming back up. And Jason, can you fix the camera? I'm gonna come to standing. We're gonna do a standing version of Warrior One today, especially for all of you on the call right now that I know you can do this one. Nice. Yeah, that looks good, I think. All right, so I'm gonna just show you a version of Warrior One. It's a little crooked. And so my hips are squared towards the chair. Okay. And I'm just gonna fix this. It's a little crooked here. All right. So hips are squared towards the chair, and you're gonna step, let's say the right foot back, and then you're gonna bend into this left knee. I'm a little tilted forward with the chair. That's okay. All right. I want that left knee over the ankle. That back right heel is down, right? And it's at about, those toes are at about a 3 o'clock, 2 o'clock position. And then from here, right, we're gonna maybe straighten the left knee and then bend into it just to kind of warm up this side. I'm using the support of the chair, just warming up, mostly focusing on the legs and just getting the legs in the position for this Warrior One. Front facing warrior is what that's also called. And then we're gonna sustain, right? But again, feel free to straighten as needed. And then I'm gonna lighten my grip on that chair. Okay, so I can lean back a little bit. So I'm folding, I'm a little bit in a tilt here with my spine, and then I'm gonna come back, right? Hips are still squared, fingertips on the chair, staying right here, option one. Option two, hands to the heart. And then if your hands on the heart, even if they're on the chair, I want you to kind of have a sense of the shoulders coming back. Okay, and you might even come into the tiniest backward bend. Left knee is still bent. Taking 2 more breaths here, feeling into this front facing warrior, love warrior pose. Feel back into that amazing strength of your body. Imagine it, imagine how strong you can be. Oof, so possible to be so freaking strong. And just imagine that you are that strong, even if it's this one moment. And then hands come back to the chair if they're not already there. And then we're gonna straighten that left knee again, and we're gonna pause here. So you might even rest your arms on the chair, any way that's comfortable on the kind of chair that you have. I can even drape my arms over here. I'm gonna look down, so hamstring stretch on that left side. So notice my hips are still squared towards the chair. I didn't go out to the right or to the left here, okay? So hips are still squared towards the chair. And then just find a place that's comfortable. As comfortable as you can. And again, you can bend and straighten the left knee. Let's take 2 more breaths here. Hand comes up, back to the chair if it's not already there. Walk the walk the left foot back, coming into a downward dog here before we do the other side. If you'd rather come into a fold, a standing fold, or with the chair, if you need a little break, go ahead. You're welcome to come into a full standing forward fold. So forward fold or downward dog, whatever one feels more comfortable for your body. If you're in the fold and your belly's in the way, you can always walk your feet a little wider. And if you're in that standing forward fold, inhale halfway. Spine parallel to the floor. Exhale, folding. Bend the knees, arms wide. Inhale all the way up. Optional backward bend, engage the glutes, and hands to the heart. All right, we're gonna do the other side. So just shake it out, especially if you're tight. Okay, I'm a little tight today. So just kind of shake it out. Shake out your wrists. Shake out your hips. Shake out your chest. Shake out the ankles. All right. A good way to shake out, I know I say it a lot, I don't always explain it, but to think of the joints. Okay, that's just a nice like cue point, right? So just what am I shaking out? My ankle, might rotate my knee a little bit, do a little sweep, little knee sweep here. I'm checking in with my hips. I'm checking with my shoulders, checking with my wrists, right? So that's kind of just like a nice way to kind of trace from the bottom up. Because when we're out in the world, sometimes you can just shake it out around people and they don't even notice. Or actually, there's just less people around but now. But anyway, you know what I'm saying. We're all spending a little more time not around lots of people. All right, so let's do the other side. So you'll see the other side. So I'm standing in the front of the chair, hips squared towards the front of the chair. And then I'm going to bring my hands to the top of the chair. I'm going to step the left foot back, okay? So that back leg, the left leg, those toes are at about a 10 o'clock position on the clock. And again, I'm tilting forward just a little bit just to get my form ready for that warrior one. Okay, so the right knee's bent. You can always straighten it and bend the right knee as needed. And just notice how different this side is. Right, it's most likely very different. Yeah, I see some of you are using a desk of some sort. That's totally fine with this. It's a little higher usually, but that's okay. And then we're gonna pause here in our warrior one. And again, notice is that right knee over the ankle, right? We don't want to have this happening, right? With going past the ankle. Okay, it's okay if it's back. I just want it ideally right over the ankle. And then hands stay at the chair or hands come to the heart. And then we might, again, squeeze the shoulders back, feel the chest lifting up, tiniest backward bend here, just a bit. Engaging the inner thighs, looking up or forward. 2 more breaths. Feel into your strength, back to the strength, back to the love warrior qualities of becoming a love warrior, right? With that strength, our internal, our emotional, our spiritual strength. Oh, so important than just physical, right? There's so many levels of strength. 1 more breath. Hands come back to the top of the chair, to the desk, and then you're going to straighten that right knee. So same thing on this side. So we're bending and straightening, and then when you're ready, you might pause. So decide, let the side tell you what it needs. This side might be a little tighter. You might need a little more loosening up before you come into the sustained hamstring stretch. And by the way, this all is really good. This particular sequence here with the standing is really good for anyone who's sitting a little too much throughout the day. You can do this particular, just the sequence as a little break, a little 5-minute break. If you're at the desk a little too much, or just sitting on the couch, or any sitting. Taking a couple more breaths here, just noticing the difference, and letting your arms be kind of comfortable, right? Just kind of be a little more comfortable. Hips squared towards the chair. Just notice if you adjusted in any way to readjust, doing your best. Hands come to the top of the chair, again coming into a standing fold or that downward dog with the chair. So you decide, what is your body wanting? Breathing. My body's wanting a little hips motion from side to side here in this particular one. So I'm just kind of rocking my hips from side to side in this supported downward dog with the chair. And then I'm going to bend my knees, walk forward. If you're in a standing forward fold, go ahead and slowly come up. Reach the arms up. Optional backward bend, engage the glutes, hips forward. And hands to the heart. And then we're going to do one more thing standing here. So I'm just going to place the chair to my side. So if you have one, just place the chair to your side. So just prepare here. And I'll show you with the strap and then without the strap, okay? Because not everyone has straps. So first, I'm going to prepare my strap, but first I'll show you without the strap. You're going to So I'm facing the camera here, and I'm going to place one foot on the chair. Okay. So hips are squared towards the camera. So this is option one right here. Okay. So just staying right here. You're probably feeling it in your thigh, your hip a little bit, probably mostly here. If you're feeling it somewhere else and you might need to warm up, right, you can always bend and straighten that right knee. Option one, staying right here and just pausing and breathing, okay? Option two is bringing the strap over that foot and then bringing one hand to the strap. So this is kind of, and then I'm gonna just pull gently. So now I'm getting a deeper stretch, my inner thigh, okay? And I'm standing nice and tall, and I'm just kind of reaching my hand towards that foot. So I'm bringing some tension. So, you know, we're working towards this particular one where we're coming to standing. Okay, so we have this one here, whew, right? So this is what we're working towards, which you're welcome to try. I need to have a little desk here to start with that one, right? Because I haven't done it in a whole while. So this is what we're working towards. Yeah. Yes. Okay, good. All right, so I stay here. It's totally fine. I didn't actually practice them this morning before I did this one. So, all right, one more breath. And release. Shake it out, shake it out. I do try and practice everything I'm gonna do, especially if I'm doing something new. And that one I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna do that today. And yesterday we did that too. So just feeling good. Shake it out. You might not have to move your chair like I'm doing, just I'm doing it for the camera's purposes. So we do the other side. And again, first just bringing the heel to the chair. This is option one, staying right here. You might notice that this is that bottom, this knee on the foot on the ground. So this is what it looks like locked. Okay, so I'm having the slightest bend because I hyperextend. So just notice if you hyperextend. Is that knee locked? Unlock it. Okay, whenever we're standing, the tiniest bend, I might not even notice it. If we were in a class, I would most likely notice it, but definitely not on camera. And then again, maybe with the strap, maybe a hand comes to the waist for balance here. And I just want you to kind of pull that foot towards you. That's what we're doing with the strap. So that bottom elbow might bend, right? And then again, if you want to try this without the chair, you're welcome to do it without the chair. Okay, so that's what we're working towards. And then, you know, we're working towards that hand closer to the foot. Whew, okay. But you're welcome to keep that hand on the chair. Yeah. I mean, that foot on the chair. Wow, my limbs today. Sometimes my words are just jumbled. Today's just one of those days. One more breath. And release. And just release. Shake it out a little bit. Let's do some hip circles actually. So let's bring our heels in, toes out, wider than hip width. Okay. And just hip circles. So figure eight or infinity symbol. Try and just focus on the hips. Even if your upper body moves, soft knees. And bring your hands to your hips, the top of your hip bone here. I want you to feel how it shifts from side to side. And just do a side to side to start here. Side to side. I just want you to feel what's moving. And then bring in the circular motion. And let's do big circles. So big circles. So like tucking and tilting your pelvis just a bit. And then the other direction. Nice. Yep. Beautiful. And then coming back to center. Shake it out. Shake it out. Shake it out. What's your shakeout? Take a minute break. What's your shakeout? Have a sip of water. Do your practice for one moment. It's important to have these moments, even if it's one moment. I think during pretty much any movement class, to reset, right? What is that reset? What does your body need, right? What your body needs changes. And there's this assumption with a lot of fitness classes that you're just going to do everything the teacher says. And yeah, I think that's a cool goal. But I think it should also be optional, right? Because what I need in my body is different than what you need because we have unique bodies. Just honoring that, just honoring wherever we're at, right? All right, let's do a twist. So option one is to just leave your feet as they are, right? So just resting. You can also cross, and you can also just do a cross-legged. So if you just want to cross like you're crossing your legs when you're seated somewhere and being, I'm so proper here with my seat, or go ahead and come into this figure four. So this is also a version of pigeon. So I think somebody, we were talking about pigeon earlier. So this is a version, again, not as deep, but it's still a hip opener. So you decide, feet on the floor, cross the legs, or coming into that reverse pigeon. If you're in this one, flex these toes, okay? I don't want them just resting here. I want them flexed. Engage the muscles, the whole muscles of the leg a little bit more here, okay? So taking a deep breath, finding length in the spine. And then we're gonna bring that right hand behind you. So I'm mirroring you. So whatever side the knee is bent on is the side you're twisting towards, okay? And then looking behind you here, finding length in the spine, looking as far back behind you as you possibly can, and pausing for 3 breaths. Coming out of it if it's feeling too challenging, but just pausing here. And then using the hand on the thigh to help twist a little deeper. Make sure those toes are flexed, those right toes. How far can you see in your room? One more breath. And slowly coming back to center. And let's just, if your feet is up in your, if your foot's up, just give it a little love for a moment. Just kind of appreciate your toes. Maybe even give yourself just a gentle, quick massage. My toes are a little cold. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, little toes. I didn't realize how cold you were. Just kind of appreciating it's part of your body, right? Slowly appreciating certain parts of our body so we can appreciate more of our body and then love our body deeper, right? That's what helps me anyway. So this is why I'm doing this. All right. Just bringing that foot down if it's raised, shake it out. Let's do a fold before we switch sides. You decide you can do standing and come into this half fold. I'm going to just stay at this half fold for me. We can come all the way down. Let's take 3 breaths here. Relax jaw, relax face. Bring your knees wider if your belly would like some room, or if you don't have a big belly, you can bring your knees a little closer and see what that feels like. Sit bones rooted down in the chair. Looking down so you can have some space in the back of your neck. And then slowly coming back to center, and we'll do the other side again. Option 1, both feet on the ground. Option 2, crossing your legs, just coming into a twist like this. And option 3 comes up onto your ankle and flexing those top toes. And yeah, this side's tighter for me. You know, I always have a tighter side. So just noticing what that is for you without judgment. And so it's, oh, my darn right side, that, you know, whatever it is for you that comes up. I know I have these little words sometimes that come up. So just notice, like, you know, my bad knee, whatever it is. So just, okay, my challenging knee, that, you know, interesting sensation that I'm continuing to work through. You know, there's different ways we can talk to ourselves and our body, right, which is part of ourself. So just taking a breath, finding length in the spine before we come into that twist. So whatever side that knee's on, the side you're twisting towards. And resting the top hand on the chair, wherever is comfortable. Looking back as far as you can in the room. Breathing. Flexing the toes that are up towards, if you're in this reverse 4 here. One more breath. And slowly unwinding, coming back to center. And then again, just looking at these toes, appreciating what they're doing, maybe even a quick massage, a little tenderness. I'm noticing my heels are kind of rough. I need to pumice them. Just kind of noticing what your feet might be saying to you. And then bringing that foot down. And pausing again, adjusting the flesh from underneath you if you haven't, since we've come back to seated, feeling those sit bones rooted down, remembering your intention for your practice, that word, body love is always the default intention. And today it's just feeling like love warriors, just like feeling into that. So just being a love warrior. Let's bring in a smile, even if your eyes are closed. Just bring in even a fake smile. Just notice all the little muscles as you smile. Nice. And I want to show you a squat with the chair. So I want to show you a couple different versions of the squat. So if you have blocks, that is very helpful. You can also, I'll show you a couple of versions just so you have them. Okay, so first, we're going to bring the blocks on the highest height. And you're going to bring your your feet to the blocks. And then you might have them at an angle. That might be a little easier, especially for the camera here. Yeah. And if you don't have the blocks, just hang out for a second. We'll get to there. And then we're going to bring our elbows to the inside of that. So somebody also gave me this cool new idea to use cans. So you can use a can as a block, especially if it's a bigger, rounder can. So that's so cool. And you can put like a washcloth over it so it's softer. So you can try that next time. So this is option one. Okay, so then my elbows here helping open my hips a little bit more here. So that's option one. Option two, I'm gonna roll up the mat. Toes come off the mat here. Heels are on the mat. Okay, so I'm rolled up blanket. And then I'm gonna use the chair for support, and then I'm gonna bend the elbows and come into a squat this way. So if you wanna try, and this is because my heels will raise as I come down. Yours might not. You might not even need a blanket. If you know you can come into a squat and your heels are gonna come down, you don't need this blanket, okay? So go ahead and come into a squat of your choice. And then from here, I'm gonna use the chair for support. And then I'm still gonna push the elbows in. And then I'm working on lifting my heart up, but if I'm leaning forward a little bit, that's okay. So you're also welcome to bring the hands to the heart, so hands to the chair. So go ahead and do your version. And if you're like, none of this is working for me, I want you to maybe come into goddess pose, okay? And you can also do this with the chair. Just bring the knees a little wider and bring your arms up into cactus arms, okay? So this is our version of goddess pose. The knees come really wide, okay? Good job, everybody. Just being there for a couple more breaths, whichever version you're doing. Great job. Focusing, feeling into that strength. Beautiful. Feel the chest lifting up, not sagging forward. Awesome. Hands come to the chair or whatever version you're in. Straighten the knees. Walk towards the chair and then come back to seated. Nice. Just feeling into squats and hips lately, because that's what's going on for me. And you know what? I bring my practice to you. So you, by coming to my class, are pretty much seeing my practice, right? That's took me a long time to really get as a teacher. I didn't really get that when other teachers said that to me for years and years and years. I did not get why people said that, why teachers said that. Like, thank you for practicing with me, and your practice. And I just didn't really get it. And it was because by me teaching, especially in these virtual classes where I'm actually doing every single thing, because when you come to my classes in person, I'm actually looking around and walking around and adjusting people, right? I'm not doing everything. So you're even more seeing my practice is what I'm saying, because I'm having to actually do everything as I'm having to talk, which is its own unique thing. All right, let's do one more side bend here. So I want you to either try this like we did. I'm coming to the tip of my chair. You might extend one leg out, or you might keep both knees bent. And we're just gonna come back to that side bend we did earlier, but I want you to do it a little quicker, okay? And I want you to come back to center and pause. Inhale and exhale. So we're just doing a little quicker. And then the version with the blocks, you can bring the block to each side. And by having the block behind you, not in front of you, it helps you not collapse the shoulders forward. Just bring a little bit more movement here into your body. Just as we slowly complete. What's your pace today? Do you need to slow down? You know, like if your body is already ready to slow down, you might slow this down. And then coming back to center, maybe bringing those feet a little closer together. If they're comfortable wide, go ahead and leave them wide. Cat-cow, squeeze the shoulders back, looking up. I want you to really feel into the difference of doing this now towards the end of our class. And this time I want you to leave the hands down. I want you to arch the back just a little bit more. So you're using the mid back a little bit more now, because now that we're opened up and warmed up more. And then I might bring the chin towards your chest, and I'm rounding my back here. Chin comes down. And I'm arching my back just a little bit more, squeezing the shoulders back. And then let's bring our arms into it again, low or high. So low or high. Inhale, squeeze the shoulders back. Exhale, palms together, chin to chest. So that same rounding can still happen, and you might even bring the hands down further as you fold forward. Open the arms back, and then maybe bringing the hands a little lower, chin comes into the chest. Your way. Beautiful. And then just resting for a moment, preparing yourself for our Shavasana. So just notice if there's anything your body needs before we come into our resting portion of the class. Is there something, your neck, your shoulders, check in with the limbs, right? Checking with the limbs and checking in with the joints. So what is going on? Is there anything that needs to feel complete? And then if you want to come into full Shavasana on the ground or on the couch, you're welcome to. Bring a bolster under your knees or a pillow under your knees, resting. And if you have something, again, just like a pillow or a bolster, even a rolled up yoga mat, you can put in the back of your chair. And so finishing up, feeling complete, and then coming into comfort. Again, bringing the feet underneath a towel or a blanket, allowing yourself to either close your eyes or look with a soft gaze at the floor, at your body. Feeling the effects that this practice did on your body. It's really feeling your body, feeling your chest, feeling your belly, feeling your groin, your butt, your thighs, your knees, your calves, your shins, your ankles, your toes, tops and bottoms of your feet, shoulders, biceps, elbows, forearms, wrists, hands, front and back of the hand, fingers, chest, neck, top of your head, face. Doing a body scan, coming back to that breath. Optional to bring your hands to your belly. And I want you to come back to that breath that we started with today of just inhaling and feeling the expansiveness, and an inch, or even it might feel like a foot now outside your body as you inhale, feeling the spaciousness, and you exhale, feeling your feet on the ground. Just give the earth any tension that you don't need right now, just for this moment. Deep breath in, feeling into the expansion, and then long exhale, connecting to the earth. Just breathing this way, or just coming to your normal spontaneous breath for the next few minutes, inviting rest. Option one is to just stay where you are and just to have a deeper relaxation. Option two is to wiggle your fingers and your toes. And you check in with each finger and each toe. And still with your eyes closed, first just start with just looking down at the ground. If you're going to open your eyes, really small, like you're just trying to look out, and still a little dark from the eyelashes. And then very slowly come with an unfocused gaze. Coming back to seated, coming back to the length of your spine, ears over shoulders, shoulders over hips. I'll ring the bell one final time to bring us back into this moment. Please bring your hands together in front of your forehead as a reminder of clear thinking. To your lips as a reminder of clear speaking. And to your heart as a reminder of clear intentions, inner peace, and love to all beings everywhere. Namaste. Thanks